How to celebrate the Ides of March. The Ides of March, March 15th, marks the day in 44 BC that Julius Caesar was assassinated. Although an important turning point in ancient Roman history, it is not really an official holiday anywhere. However, why not use it as an excuse to have a party in your Latin class or Shakespearean literature class? Here are some ideas to make this date meaningful and fun. Steps. 1. Know what the Ides of March is. The Ides of March corresponds more or less to March 15th on the modern calendar. This is the date when Julius Caesar was assassinated in 44 BC. The death of Caesar is an important turning point in Western civilization, bringing in an era of emperors and forever away from a republic. The Ides of March also marks the first day of the Roman New Year and the first day of spring in the Roman calendar. People have been studying the controversies, intrigue, and drama of this event for almost 1,000 years. William Shakespeare wrote an entire play about this. 2. Read William Shakespeare's classic Julius Caesar. It is not an easy read, however, so often it helps to discuss in a literary group. Even better, visit a live stage production. However, this work was never meant to be read, rather it is supposed to be performed. Think about what lessons can be learned from this play. 3. Read Colleen McCullough's Masters of Rome series, books based on this era. They are The First Man in Rome, The Grass Crown, Fortune's Favorites, Caesar's Women, Caesar, The October Horse and Antony and Cleopatra. 4. Learn how to spell assassin. Assassin is a word with fascinating origins. First used in the 1520s, the word is believed to be derived from a secret society called the Hashishin, a group that was said to have murdered others. 5. Play assassination. There are actually many versions of assassination games and many feature made-up rules specific to the people or the organization, like a school. Most rules tend to center about how people can be safe, such as not in class or during an assembly. But it is a fun if somewhat paranoid way to play out how assassination attempts affects the way one interacts in the world. 6. Hold a toga party. Romans wore a variety of clothing, but the toga is perhaps the best known and the tunic is the easiest to make. Be aware that toga parties were originally revived by college party goers in the mid-20th century and had a rather racy and sexual connotation to it. Watch the movie Animal House and that is not too far off. Collegiate toga parties done off campus are typically not students soberly talking about the finer points of the works of Ovid. Wearing toga made out of bed sheets in your parochial school's Latin class with modest, protecting garments underneath is, of course, different. 7. Eat food that the Romans might have eaten, basic food that was well salted and filled with aromatic herbs. Bake a Roman cake. Serve with some apples, figs, and grapes. Try a selection of Italian food but no pasta. Not everything at your grocery store may be absolutely authentic to 44 BC, but olives, cheese, grapes, bread, asparagus, broccoli, pears, nuts, apples and various Italian-style deli meats is a delicious and healthy repast. Pasta did not come to Italy until well into the Middle Ages. Serve French toast. According to Apicius, one of the first known authors of a cookbook, Romans enjoyed what we call French toast as a dessert, with honey. 8. Have some wine or mulsum. The Romans enjoyed their wine, so this is a good excuse for a glass or two on the Ides of March. But they, and Greeks too, usually didn't drink pure wine, but mingled it with water. 9. Book a trip to Rome. If you've been thinking about visiting Rome and Italy, maybe the Ides of March is a perfect day to make that booking. 10. Learn a few Latin phrases. Best to start with Caesar-related stuff like the famous et tu, Brute, alia iacta est, etc. Or maybe you'll even impress your friends by learning a piece of Caesar's De Bello Gallico by heart. Gallia est omnis divisa in partes tres. 11. Learn some fun or surprising facts about the Romans. If you are good at telling stories, entertain people with anecdotes of Caesar's life. Tips. There is a range of music inspired by the Ides of March. Download a selection to play at your Ides of March event. Warnings. Beware the Ides of March. If you think your political enemies may be out to stab you in the back, take a lesson from Shakespeare and take care. Don't drink alcohol if you are not permitted to where you live, and if you drink, don't drive. Things. Toga or other form of Roman clothing. Food and drink. Shakespeare's plays. Novels about this era. Wine.